rocket blast off jet black. Come on and get some. Come on and get some. Come on and get some. Watch me.
Hello and welcome to Leatt LIVEmaniacs for day 4, the final hill climb finish here in Guștărița, Romania. With me is Santiago Frenademits. Santi, what do you think of this amazing venue, which is quite possibly one of the best finishes and spectacles of any off-road sport?
Yeah, I think it's just amazing. I mean, you can't really compare these sandy hills to anything else in the mountains, in the forests. So I'm just excited to see the riders come in and tackle the LIVEmaniacs here at the Guștărița.
So this year, for the first time, we're going to have the Gold Riders doing 3 loops here around the arena here in Guștărița, which is something new from the creators of the event this year. Santi, how do you think that plays into the mind of some of the riders?
I think it will kind of be a difficult thing to try and do all these loops because they're way longer. They're not as technical. A lot of shoot-ups, which is not something they would usually encounter in the forest. So it's probably gonna get interesting if the riders will be close together. It's gonna be an interesting show.
So we had very, very close times in the overalls for a few of the classes this morning. So let's go down and have a look at the clip from the start line this morning where the riders went off to tackle the last and final day of the 22nd edition Red Bull Romaniacs. So you can see the sun is out. It's going to be a blisteringly hot day here in Sibiu, Romania, similar to the conditions that we had on day 1. And one of the riders that we saw there was Mr. Jarvis, who's doing an unbelievable job this year. Once again, Santi, he is currently 5th overall as it stands before he comes back here into the finish line. I mean, what can we say about the king of hard enduro?
I mean, the king is the king. He just delivers. It's day 4 and just keeping this pace, keeping the pace with the young guys, as we should say. He's just doing incredible.
Let's go and have a look at the clip of Jarvis, the king of hard enduro.
And now I'm back on the road. I don't need no one, I can fight on my own. The best you've ever seen, so don't you get in my way. Rockstar status, hear them screaming my name. As long as I've been holding it down, I don't chase no fame.
glad to get up that hill there. It was a bit gnarly, but yeah.
So Graham Jarvis, 7-time winner of this event, Santi, undeniably the king of Red Bull Romaniacs. For me, his most iconic win was in 2022, where he beat Lettenbichler because Mani was coming from 3 consecutive wins, and then Graham winning that just at 47 years of age at that point. Unbelievable.
It is. It's crazy.
So let's go and have a look at yesterday's action of day 3, where we saw a lot of riders like Graham Jarvis and Billy Bolt especially putting on a hard charge to try and catch the leading Lettenbichler.
After a night in the marathon bivouac, the riders woke up early for Offroad Day 3 with a new challenge early on. A steep climb known as Mayday Mom. Overnight rain made the conditions perfect. Cooler air, better grip, and just enough moisture to keep the dust down. Billy Bolt came out swinging, charging through the checkpoints with one goal: close the gap on leader Lettenbichler. The two traded blows on the forgotten trail, Bolt briefly taking the lead before Mani snatched it back. They arrived together at the Leatt LIVEmaniacs cliffhanger, Bolt shadowing every move Lettenbichler made, pushing his limits under pressure. Mario Roman held on to third despite a brief stop to help teammate Teo Kavakchiev after a crash. And proving age is just a number, Graham Jarvis fought through the pack, finishing 6th against riders decades younger. In silver class, Justin Elizondo reclaimed the lead from Eddie Carlson after blistering battles and lightning-fast E-Moto battery changes. In Adventure Ultimate, Johnny Walker crossed the line first today, but Paul Torres still holds the overall lead. Sam Sunderland continues to dominate Adventure Light, showing Dakar-winning endurance on every climb. Today, it all comes down to the legendary Guștărița Hillclimb. Thousands of fans, daring jumps, and the final push to the Red Bull Romaniacs finishing arch. Get ready. History is about to be written. This is Red Bull Romaniacs.
So yesterday we saw a fast-charging Billy Bolt trying to close that gap to Lettenbichler and putting on a really, really good performance. Let's go and have a look at the flyover of today's course of day 4, where some of the riders like Billy and can try and close in on the overall leaders. So from the start, they're going to go towards the Sadu Valley, where we have the Sadu Extreme. This is a really tough section for these guys before going into another one, Frog Valley. Before they're making their way around to the service point where they get to recharge. They'll have 40 minutes there to rehydrate, get some food in, fix the bike before making their way down here towards the final hill climb. Remember, here at the final hill climb in Guștărița, these riders would be doing 3 loops again of this iconic hill climb. Go ahead.
And you gotta imagine, like, these guys have been riding the whole day, more or less, and they're gonna come in here. It's a lot of sun, and it's gonna be really, really warm doing 3 laps.
And after those 3 laps, they were coming under the Red Bull Arch to be finishers of the Red Bull Romaniacs, an iconic event. As we see a lot of the other riders from some of the other classes coming through, because even though we focus a lot on the gold riders here at Leatt LIVEmaniacs, we mustn't forget that there are competitors in a lot of other classes also fighting for that badge, that honor to finish and be a finisher here at Red Bull Romaniacs.
And it's a incredible feeling. I see so many happy faces after they get through this finish line on day 4. Yeah, everybody is so happy, and you must imagine it's so many riders, at least 500 riders. It's a lot.
Let's go and have a look at the Sadu Extreme that the gold riders had to take on this morning from the start. So Billy Bolt, he was the first rider off the start line this morning into that Stardew Extreme, and I can tell you firsthand that Billy lost 11 minutes there to Manuel Lettenbichler. Just in one section, he made a few mistakes, couldn't get back on track, and lost 11 minutes, which he'll be trying desperately to make up. So let's go and have a look at Frog Valley, which was the next section that they took on, to see if Billy could make that time back on Manuel Lettenbichler.
So as you could have seen, the Frog Valley was quite a rocky and steep terrain this morning, and we've seen Mario being in a good lead, like taking second from Billy, overtaking him, and yeah, it's looking good for Billy. I hope to see him come in here really fast and really good. And let's take a look at last year's Hillclimb.
Santi, we've seen a lot of action here in this Hillclimb arena in previous years. It's just not over until you cross the finish line.
It isn't. There's so many hills to conquer before.
So let's go down to the finish line where we have our field reporters, Jesse and Diana, who will be down on the ground reporting and getting some interviews from our winners.
Yeah, thank you guys. I'm here with Jesse. Behind us is the Red Bull Arch. We're at the final hill climb, finally. This is the last push, the last challenge for everyone. They have all been riding the whole week just for this final challenge, just to get the finisher medal for 2025. Jesse, this is your first time in Romania, especially at Red Bull Romaniacs. How do you like the vibes so far? Isn't it great? Isn't it amazing?
Yes, this is my first Red Bull Romaniacs, and I can definitely see why it has earned the title of one of the world's toughest hard enduros. Now, the energy at the finish line today is absolutely unmatched. There's thousands of people here, but I've of course been at the finish line every day, which has been super, super fun because these riders have hundreds of kilometers behind them, and every day at the finish they're reaching these obstacles that they are not expecting, and we have seen some big crashes, as we will today. So we will let you know when we have some riders down here to interview once they have crossed the finish line. Back to you, Craig.
So we are expecting the riders of the gold class, of the bronze class and the silver class coming in any minute to be in the finish line. We did see Erik Olsen coming in earlier. I think he's still doing a few of the loops out there, but he absolutely flew up that hill climb on the Stark Fog.
Definitely. You couldn't hear anything, but you could definitely see that he was flying up this hill.
He had so much acceleration off the bottom. There's a big, big step almost at the top there where he hit that step so hard and almost launched all the way to the top.
He did. But then he just landed down, getting a lot of drive again just to go up through that arch on the top of the hill climb.
And so we're just waiting for our gold class competitors to come into this arena for their 3 loops. But let's go down to the finish line where we have Erik Olsen.
Yeah, Eddie just arrived. Eddie, we talked last time at Erzberg Rodeo, and you were looking forward to Red Bull Romaniacs, but you were a bit unsure about what's gonna happen, what expectations to have. So, after finishing silver, number 1, how do you feel?
Well, I was number 1.
This is what I've heard, at least.
We don't know yet.
Okay, let's say you're second.
Yeah.
What's the vibe? How are you feeling?
Yeah, well, it was more hard than I was expecting. Like, it was long days out in the woods, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with the ride overall, so yeah.
What kind of challenges did you face?
Wow, it's a brand new concept with it. Thank you. Brand new concept with electric bike, and it was a really big mission for our team, and to make it, it was incredible to finish this race.
Thank you very much, Eddie, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on Podium.
Yeah, thank you a lot.
Back to you, Craig.
So I can confirm there that Erik Olsen is the winner in the silver class on the Stark Fog. Unbelievable, Santiago.
It's crazy. I've seen the guy riding around outside in the woods, and it's just been crazy to see how they have to swap that battery for 3, 4, 5 times a day, losing 3 minutes at each swap and still getting the win.
No.
Or not the win, but we don't know yet. We'll see.
It's it looks to me like on the websites where you can follow the live progress that Erik Olsen is the winner. So he was fighting with Justin Elizondo from Costa Rica. There was such a close battle between these guys, separated by just minutes. And as we said earlier, it's never over until it's over. And Eddie, maybe Justin had a problem out there. We're not quite sure. We'll just have to wait and see for him to come in. But Eddie charging on day 4 and taking the win.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
In the bronze class, we're hoping to get some bronze class riders in the finish line pretty soon, because Diego Chang from Guatemala was absolutely dominating that class, and very unfortunately Kevin Gallas, he had a small, not even a crash yesterday, just got his knee caught on a tree where it twisted and tore some ligaments. So it was very sad to see Kevin Gallas out of the race, and we wish him well in his recovery and that all will be okay.
Yes, we do wish him all the best. And yeah, I mean, I've seen videos of him just yesterday riding really fast through the forest. It's crazy how fast he can manage to ride with that big bike through the woods, over steep terrain, over technical stuff as well. Bronze does get technical on a Tenere, of course.
Yeah, on that big 700 Tenere that he's riding, and we did see him take the win here last year. So Kevin Gallis was such a fierce competitor. Very unfortunate that he exited yesterday. But in the bronze class, I can confirm for you that the winner of day 4 for today was Ying Yang from China. They were in a very, very close battle as well between Ying and Diego, where Diego eventually has finished the winner of Red Bull Romaniacs in the bronze class by 14 minutes or 15 minutes and 52 seconds. So just look at all the spectators coming out here to Guștărița in Sibiu, Romania, to come and watch their superstars in action, the superstars in every class. Because Santi, you know, like for myself, I used to race in the gold class quite a long time ago now. But coming back here, for me, if I had to ride, I would most likely enter the bronze, and it would still be a challenge for me. You know, it just depends on your riding level. Everybody's struggling out there. So just because you're in the iron or the atom doesn't mean that it's not going to be a struggle.
No, it's definitely not going to be easy for you. Like, you will push yourself to the limits. The days are long, the days are hot, the days are cold, the days are wet. You never know what to get in Romania. And yeah, it is hard for everyone, but it's still the best feeling to come here to the finish.
So we should be getting the first gold rider in this finish arena, which will be Manuel Lettenbichler, because he managed to get past Billy Bolt from the start this morning. Manny started in second position on the road. So we should be seeing a shot from him coming into this arena in the next 10 to 15 seconds, where he's and all the other gold competitors will do 3 loops of this hill climb finish here at Guștărița. Amazing drone shots we have of this area. You can just see how much work and effort has gone in to prepare this whole area for this big and final finale of Red Bull Romaniacs.
Yeah, and I must say the setup from this year looks really, really complex, really crazy. A lot of features, new features, a lot of jumps, a lot of wood. And yeah, we will see.
And one thing that I'm pretty excited for is that this year for the main hill climb, we don't have any sort of obstacles for the run up into it, which we have had in previous years. So we should see a lot of action from a lot more riders being able to try and clear this whole hill climb in one go.
Yes, the hill climb is the homeboys, like all the guys from Sibiu do. So here a jump over the...
So this is Manny Lettenbichler. Manny Lettenbichler.
Manny Lettenbichler just entered, going up the first steep hills on the right side of the final hill climb.
Oh, what a nice jump up there. Getting such good drive before he makes his way back down.
Now he has this section that was quite tough last year with this one wooden board into a kind of off-camber berm.
Let's see him go. So awesome drive up there. Oh, just not clearing it. He should make it out from there. Manny Lettenbichler has been on an absolute mission this morning. He knew the gap from Billy was 13 minutes after yesterday's overall, but you know that time can be lost on 1 or 2 sections here, and Manny just put his head down and charged from the start and has extended his lead out on the rest of the field.
As you can see, this is a really, really difficult section, so he's getting a little bit of help there from some staff from Red Bull Romaniacs, trying to push it out. You can really see it's super, super dusty, it's super dry, it's really, really warm.
It's really difficult to get such the drive that you need to make it up that ramp to jump up onto the hill where the help zone is there, because you know it's almost as slippery as the wet when it's so dusty like this.
It is. It definitely is really, really hard to get up there. You just have to try and get as much drive as you can from the straight part, from the bottom, launch yourself from the piece of wood and try to just go easy on the gas and get as high up as you can.
The next rider that we will see into this arena will be, or should be, Mario Roman. Mario has moved himself up the leaderboard for today into second. He was currently running around 18 minutes behind Manny, so Manny should maybe clear the section, but we're expecting them to take around 10 to 12 minutes to complete one loop here at the final hill climb.
So now we can see him make his way down to the bottom and then either hit a jump or go around in a little bit of a longer way. But he's preparing for the jump.
Oh, clearing the big gap jump there nicely. And let's see him now. Let's just take a break here and listen to the sound of this 300 two-stroke motorcycle go up this climb. Awesome, absolutely perfect. Just the sound of that bike, Santi, one of the best sounds in my opinion, in my world ever, is that 300 when it's on the pipe like that.
A 300 two-stroke just gives you the chills, doesn't it?
And I don't know if you heard, but he shifted a gear to one higher going up. So he obviously realized that he had so much drive, clicked it up maybe into fourth gear or so.
Could be fourth gear.
Knocking it down to third just before the little wall under the Red Bull arch. But absolute perfection there from Manny Lettenbichler.
Clearing the wall without him even bouncing off the terrain, just going over it really, really well.
Because that wall there that we're talking about, if you hit it too hard, it kills all your speed. And when you land back on the ground again, and if you've got no drive, it's just very, really hard to try and get out the top. As we just try and pick him out here through the trees as he's going to come across before doing the last few up and downs to finish his first loop. Just pausing to have a look there where he wants to take his line, because you see he had to jump off there and he's looking for his landing spot where he can keep control of the bike, slow himself down and then make his way to the bottom.
He's always thinking about which line he should take. He's not moving too fast. He's trying to be really safe so he doesn't make any mistake. Now for this new jump up to a flat spot and then for another small climb.
So here he goes, firing up, and that is an absolute wall he's gone up there. If you're standing at the bottom there, it's an absolute wall. I can't believe how he's just cleared that section.
It looks just like a half pipe, like you think you would go over the head if you look up to that. And clearing that final piece easily.
So Manny Lettenbichler putting on a huge performance here for our crowd and just showing what an expert he is at the sport of hard enduro.
Now he's going into the final up and down before entering the second round of his LIVEmaniacs.
So here he comes down. So this section is not as steep as the others. And then he's going to make his way to the scanners where they will scan him to go off in for his second loop.
So now this time he will be skipping the jump / the finish obstacles, going around them and then entering his second run. And for the final run he will conquer those obstacles. So you can just see him making his way across. And
now that he knows where he had to get pulled up there off that ski jump, I think he's going to try and make sure that he gets as much drive as possible to jump right up high into the little bushes to the right where he will get more traction than in the loose sand.
Yeah, and it's good, like it's his second run, so he already he's done it once, so now he knows what he has to watch out for, what he has to make better, or yeah.
So here we go. This was the important section here, where he had a little bit of help to get up. Let's just see how he lines himself up here to launch up this ski pad. Oh, so ghosting it up. That's great. Brilliant.
Up is up, as they would say.
Up is up, and ghost riding is our term where you sort of launch the bike and let it go, because once the bike's up and you can climb up, that makes it so much easier for you.
Yes, pushing a bike is harder than walking by without it.
That was really nicely ridden there by Mani. Got so much drive and saved a huge amount of not only time but energy to clear these loops before he comes into the finish arch.
And that's what I'm talking about, like trying it the second time, he already knows what he has to do better. So this time he just ghost rided it and launched the bike up because he knew it's safer that way and will not cost him as much energy.
So he goes over the gap jump, makes his way around the wall ride before taking on the hill climb for the second time. Come on, Manny, let's go, boy. So there is a rider that's just blocking the line right at the top, but off he goes. He's got so much confidence, Manny. Oh, flying up there, and just, you see,
easily taking the left
master. So much precision. You know, he knew in his head, he knew what he could do. He knew he could make his way around that rider. He had so much drive, so much speed going up there. And now he's fighting his way through the traffic to get through the second loop of the Leatt LIVEmaniacs.
And it will get more and more difficult with more riders showing up, more riders blocking the way. But as you said, Craig, he's such a good rider and he just knows that he can pass at 1 centimeter of a distance.
So firing up now into the forest where he can take a little breath and breather, because those last few jumps to come into the finish needed a bit more energy, as our drone follows him under the tree line. A lot of action going on at the hill climb as the other riders of the other classes all coming in to finish here on the hill climb and giving their best shot to see how far they can make it up. There are some B lines that they can take if they can't make it all the way, that they can make an exit to a B line, which is a slightly longer loop, to get their way up and around over the top. So just looking for Manny Lettenbichler, should be in this section here now where the big wall is.
Firing up the wall and just pushing it perfect, easy for him.
And you can hear the clutch control there as well, because he launches himself up the ramp, and as he's landing he's full throttle and just letting the bike do the work underneath him.
Yeah, just getting so much drive out of that jump and off the landing, so we can just continue to fire up that hill.
Mario Man hopefully should be arriving on the scene pretty soon now in this arena. Mario was a little bit sick on day 2, where he lost a little bit of time on that marathon stage because he came out charging from the start line. Mario, as one of the veterans of here at Red Bull Romaniacs, and would have loved to have seen him compete against Manuel Lettenbichler and Billy Bolt for the title.
Now going to the scanners for the third. Is it the final round already?
And final loop. So once Manuel Lettenbichler has cleared a section and this last loop here at Leatt LIVEmaniacs, he will be crowned the champion and 6th-time winner of Red Bull Romaniacs. So here we go, Manny. Up and around the Zeal.
And into the final round.
That section there also just is nice and cool under the trees to get his breath as he launches himself up here, full speed. Now here we go. Third time for Manny up here. Let's see if he can clear it everything in one go.
Third time's the charm. This time he will stay in the back.
Yeah. Backing it up right to the tape to get as much space as he needs. Let's go, Manny. Oh, nice. So just pretty much like the lap before. Ghost riding. Almost not quite as far as last time, but he's up and over, and then he can make his way around.
Yes, he managed well. He managed really, really well. And this drop is going down now. I remember it used to be such a soft landing the years before, so people would go over the bars. But it's gotten better and better, and the rider have gotten better and better. So it's easy. It's an easy job for them.
I just heard Maxi, our commentator here at the arena, announcing that Billy Bolt has arrived. So Billy been able to pull himself together and recover from that time that he lost at the ghosting up the first wall already. But Billy sort of, recovered a bit, been able to get back past Mario Roman, and as our second gold rider here in the Hillclimb finish. As we see Manny Lettenbichler, he's lining up for his third and final one.
And next to him is Johnny Walker.
Johnny Walker.
Giving him a follow cam.
So look at this, Johnny Walker and Manuel Lettenbichler on the same hill climb. Oh.
And Manny again just clearing the hill climb with a rider stuck right in the middle of the difficult section.
So it was almost a little bit touch and go though, because where he was in that rut there, it's so steep that it could have gone wrong. But Manuel Lettenbichler, absolute master, and clearing that hill climb for the final time.
And now we can see Billy that is also getting some help of the staff.
So Johnny, sorry, Santi.
I think that it looks like Billy is even further down than Manny made it up the first time. So you can definitely see it's quite difficult to get enough drive to get your bike up there where the guys are standing.
So we saw Johnny Walker as we were watching Billy Bolt getting pulled up this steep wall. We saw Johnny Walker in the shot as Manny was preparing for his last final shot up the hill climb. Johnny's been in an absolute epic battle against Paul Torres for the victory in the ultimate class on the adventure bikes. And Johnny was 1 minute and 30 ahead of Paul Torres this morning, closing that gap down to 3 minutes. So it's going to be so exciting to watch them in the final to see who's going to take the win. Manny Lettenbichler, so he's almost done. We're just trying to pick him up here as he does his last few up and downs.
Lining up for the last time to jump up that quarter pipe.
Let's go, Manny.
Lands it again. Oh, having a little bit of a trouble, just having to push it out there.
But the front wheel is up and over, so that's definitely in a much better position to just give that back wheel a little push, and he's going to line himself up here for this last, well, that's the highest peak of this hill climb arena.
And you can see, like, it's not easy to do all in one go. He has to line up in it for just getting up there.
And he's barely taken a breath at any stage here on any of these loops. So it just shows how fit he is and what great condition Manuel Lettenbichler is.
So as Manny goes up and down the last time, we can see Billy here lining up for the final hill climb.
Oh, Manny, nice riding there, just keeping on the bike to get up that last bit there before he comes down, and we can welcome him into the finish. So Manny just sitting here, just checking I think with someone if he can do the freestyle jump, as we welcome Manuel Lettenbichler into the finish line. Come on, Manny, let's go. Oh, brilliant, amazing shots here as we welcome our winner for the 22nd edition of Red Bull Romaniacs, Manny Lettenbichler.
6 times winning Red Bull Romaniacs.
Absolutely incredible. He's going to put the bike on the stand there and celebrate with his team behind him because it's a massive effort from all of these guys.
I'm glad to see him back again on the top. It's such an amazing guy and rider. You can see there Andreas Lettenbichler congratulating his son.
So 6 times now, Manny Lettenbichler is the winner of Red Bull Romaniacs.
I'm here with Manny Lettenbichler, 6 times winner of Red Bull Romaniacs. And he's having a little celebration with his team. Manny, how does it feel to win for the 6th time?
Unreal. Just unreal. Look at the crew. They deserve a win exactly as me. I had some doubts at the beginning of the week and I was like, this is going to be such a hard weekend. I wasn't training too much. We were traveling so much, so it means quite a bit. Like 6 wins in a row, the pressure was high. And the pace was insanely high of everybody. Like the sport just progressed so much. Everybody was so on fire, so really happy.
So mentally, obviously, you're ecstatic, but how are you doing physically after day 4?
I actually felt really good today. That's why I think I could really pull up like a good pace. I had definitely like a nice recovery yesterday, a good massage, and we tried to tape up the body as good as possible to get more movement. And yeah, definitely, probably it's gonna kick in an hour when we're gonna be fully dead.
We spoke to Jarvis yesterday and he said this race keeps getting harder and harder every year. Would you agree?
Yeah, this year was definitely hard. I think the conditions were that good that we could really push hard, and almost every hill got a bit easier because it was so dry, but other than that, the sport is definitely progressing and every year gets harder and harder.
And what did you think of the new obstacles here in Gustorica this year?
I was a bit worried with this one up there because the wooden ramp wasn't too good built, but other than that, it worked out pretty good. Fans were unreal. Like, look at this atmosphere, look at this crowd. It's pretty speechless to finish in such a cool place.
We'll let you get back to celebrating with your team. Thank you so much, Manny, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Back to you guys to see what the other riders are up to.
So here we have Billy Bolt coming in now to, we can finally see him trying to conquer the hill climb. He made it up pretty well the first time. Not as clean, had to clutch it up towards the top. But just those thoughts from Manny Lettenbichler, so mentally strong. And as he said, this year he was under pressure. We've seen in previous editions where his winning margin was quite big. But this year was really tight. The rest of the riders were so close to him. He had to push so hard on every day, and it just wasn't over until it was into the finish line here at Gustorica. So here's Diana with
Portares.
Portares.
I'm here with Paul Tares. Paul, how was the track?
Today was quite more difficult, more technical. Not enough for me, I think, but was really nice. This is a good way to go.
Okay, it's not enough. I know for sure we had a discussion before Romaniacs and you said that you want to ride the silver class. You afterwards explained why you switched to the ultimate, but what can you tell us about the experience? How is it? Is it good enough for an adventure bike class, let's say for the more advanced one, for the experts?
Honestly, the class I think is perfect for adventure bikes. It's super funny, with some difficult places, fast, so you have everything. You can enjoy a lot if you have a medium level. Honestly, if I'm talking about adventure rider, is 10 to 10, the good level of the class. If I'm talking as a Paul Tares, we need more things, more difficult things.
Paul Tares, the stuntsman. Thank you very much, Paul. Have a great rest of the day and a great after party.
Thank you.
Back to you, Craig.
So as we mentioned earlier, that Paul Torres was in an epic battle with Johnny Walker, and those two only separated by 3 minutes in the end of all 4 days. As we watch Billy here launching up. Here we go, Billy.
Not quite enough drive up that wooden ramp. I'd also think that it's quite slippery because it's so dry, and with the mix of the sand, you don't get that much grip as you would like to.
And we saw when Manny landed from coming off that ramp that he sort of clutched it again and gave the bike another brap.
He did. He just launched himself up of that little step that's in this vertical wall, more or less. So nice. Billy getting up there now into the downhill and up the hill climb again.
Really great to see Billy Bolt back at this event, back at the Red Bull Romaniacs.
And we can see here Michael Walker.
Michael Walkner's had a great event this year. He's been so consistent, you know, just off the pace of those top 3 guys, and having a great day today. I'm curious though as to where Mario Roman is, because Mario was the second rider on the road after the service point. So I'm curious where Mario is. He, on day 2, lost a huge amount of time towards the end, where the sort of heat stroke, as we call it, or fatigue set in. So hopefully we see Mario soon, because he's a fierce competitor. As Billy Bolt lines up for the hill climb. Let's go, Billy. Oh, so Billy hitting that ledge and almost coming to a stop, but now making his way out. Well done, Billy. That's awesome.
Well done. And as we talked before, if you hit the wall too fast or too hard, it bounces you off. But if you can manage to just clutch it out, you'll be right at the top.
So great to see that rider just letting Billy come through. He saw Billy coming, let Billy through to not interfere with his race, because here they go on separate lines. The gold riders will take a separate route to the riders of the other classes, where they don't get any traffic or interference.
Now into the forest, maybe having a little bit of a cool down. It is really hot out there. It's mostly just sun on the hill climb, so I think he'll be glad to have a little bit of a shade from the forest. Now making his way down, and then we will see him going up that quarter pipe, as I like to call it.
So we had an estimated time for these guys to make these loops in around 10 minutes, but Manuel Lettenbichler took 5 minutes and 14 seconds to complete the second loop, which is unbelievable.
And I think that is Mario actually in front of, no, I'm not sure what's happening.
As he launches up that wall, right? You see the nice pivot turn there from Billy. Lining up full throttle. Great riding from Billy.
Overtaking Mario there. Mario having a little bit of a struggle to get up. Lining up for the last small step.
And Billy just looked over his shoulder there earlier to see where Mario was and how close he was. Nice riding from Billy, because we saw Manny Lettenbichler having a little bit of trouble in that one little jump, and Billy Bolt clearing it nicely.
Yeah.
Such a skillful rider he is, Billy Bolt. Absolutely dominant in the indoor sport. Oh, as we see in front of us here, one of the riders just losing it on the wall ride. So that's why the crowd is making such a big noise and cheering him on.
Luckily, he seems to be all right. And he'll have another go at it. So Billy now entering his last loop. As we see him go through the crowd.
Just getting a drink of water there as well. It is so hot down here. But Billy's going to be out now for his last and final loop before coming to the finish line.
And up he goes, the first step, second one, and not quite enough speed for the third, lining it up again.
So here we go, we saw him ghost riding his bike up there earlier, so now he's ridden it so nicely up and over, saving a bit more energy and backing it up to make it up the ski jump.
Let's go, Billy.
And so you see, but what I wanted to say is, as he landed, he sort of went sideways to try and clutch it and give it another brup to try and ghost ride it up and over to get a little bit closer to our team that are going to pull him up and over the section.
He's actually tried a kind of different approach as I could have seen. He tried to go off the wall to the left and then put his weight back to the right to get a little bit more drive from that small step down there. So now just getting the help he desperately wants probably in this hot days.
Billy Bolt is a 5 times consecutive FIM Super Enduro World Champion. So Billy, absolutely one of the most skilled riders you'll see on a motorcycle. And taking on our prologue course here, but he's had 4 days of intense riding where these guys have been doing between 5 and 7 hours a day, and it just starts to take its toll on the body.
Yeah, and as we have seen, like today in the morning, he was quite exhausted from obviously 3 days of really hard racing. But there you see a little bit of a show.
What a showman Billy is. Nice endo there down the wall ride. Come on, Billy, let's go, boy.
Let's go, final time up on the hill climb.
He's just trying to say, please mind out my way, get the guys out of his way before he goes. Come on, let's go, Billy.
Nice.
Yes, there you go.
go.
So you heard him just shut the throttle just for a second to get up the wall ride before he made it up and over the bridge, over the ditch, sorry, and clutching his way up and over through the Red Bull Arch. Billy making his way down now, so he's through those deep ditches where he gets back into the forest section, and you can just see there how sandy it was when he touched that back brake.
It gets deeper and deeper as more riders pass. So it won't necessarily get easier. Back again into the forest bit. Making easy work of it.
Billy Bolt just coming back from a string of injuries that have held him back for so many years, you know, where he couldn't fight with the Manny Lettenbichlers or the Graham Jarvises for the overall titles of these events. And this year coming pretty much, I would say, 90% fit, fully fit, and was able to take the fight to Manuel Lettenbichler this year.
Yeah, I'm really, really glad to see him back on the bike again, because that's where he belongs.
That's exactly where he belongs. And we're all looking forward to that first win that Billy could take here at Red Bull Romaniacs.
Oh, ghost riding it up. It's going to be a struggle to get up there by foot, I'm telling you.
We saw a few years ago Alfredo Gomez in this section. He was fighting for the podium and lost a huge amount of time because he was in a position where Billy is now, where his bike is up and he's not. So he needs to try and make his way up, but it looks like they've got a rope to Billy. Absol, Santi.
Yeah. It's good to have a rope this day, because as we saw, as you say, Alfredo had a little bit of a pickle I don't know how many years ago it was, maybe 3?
Yeah, it was quite a few years ago now, but we saw just out of picture Mario Roman. So Mario is here in the arena, and Mario ghost riding his bike up as well like Billy, but Mario looks like he has chosen to go back down and give it another shot. As we see Billy lining up for what would be the last time to get up and over before he can make his way to the finish.
I've noticed that Mario is having a little bit of a difficulty getting up this second part, and I mean I think you can really tell that Mario loves the hard stuff. He loves pushing, he loves technical, and not as much these these hill climbs.
Yeah,
but still making it up.
So Billy Bolt for his last time now up in this arena before he makes his way down to the finish arch. I cannot wait to see him come over the freestyle jump. Billy, one of the most stylish riders, hoping to see some kind of nice style out of Billy.
Yeah, probably he will do something really, really nice for us.
As we see Michael Wagner in picture struggling on this section here from the ski jump, but here is Billy Bolt. So Billy Bolt will be second this year at Red Bull Romaniacs. An absolutely awesome achievement.
Yeah, what a performer he's delivered this year.
Yeah, Billy. So Billy Bolt is in the finish and second overall in the gold class. Amazing
well done,
result
Billy.
from
well
Billy.
Done.
What a fight he had. He took the fight to Manuel Lettenbichler this year.
And you can see him there also celebrating with the team. What a good job Billy did.
He looks absolutely spent, but he'll be so relieved now that it's he's in the finish and it's all over. As Manuel Lettenbichler is right there to congratulate him. These two big friends, big buddies off the racetrack. Let's go down to Jesse.
Down at the finish line, and we have got Billy Bolt. Now Billy's aim has always been to podium at this race. You've not only podiumed, Billy, but you've come second. Just going to give him a moment. Get the Red Bull on the face, gives you wings. How does it feel, Billy, to have not only podiumed, but to have come second?
Yeah, it's wonderful. I haven't quite catch my breath since I finished, so just give us a sec.
2 seconds, no worries at all.
Oh.
Now these riders, as they're coming over the finish line, are obviously experiencing the emotion of having those hundreds of kilometers behind them. It is absolutely knackering. It is one of the world's hardest hard enduros, and especially for Billy, wanting to get that podium so badly, there's going to be a lot going through his head right now, a lot of unexpected obstacles he would have reached right at the very end. So yeah, I can't blame him for wanting to take a moment. We've also had some of the adventure bike classes coming through as well. We've had Johnny Walker and Paul Taras. That's been a really interesting addition to the Red Bull Romaniacs lineup this year, those new classes.
Chat to you now, everyone.
Fabulous, thank you very much. So, how does it feel to not only have podiumed, but to have come second?
Yeah, I'm really happy, like, more just with my ride, to be honest. The result is what it is, obviously. Not the position I strive for, but at the same time, it's a big improvement for me at this race. So, step by step, we're getting there. Yeah, happy with the week. A little bit of a struggle this morning, but I think I did all right, like pulled it back a little bit this afternoon, but at the end of the day, I don't want like this morning to really overshadow the progress and the positive week that we had. So yeah, like I say, it's been a struggle for me in the past this race, so second means a lot.
But having come second, would you potentially have your sights on that first position next year?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I think Manny still had it pretty easy, but not quite as easy as he's had it the last few years. And like I say, I've missed so much of this race in the last 5 years, that this whole week my whole goal was just to get through and rebuild and find my feet again. And there's definitely areas that I need to work on still. There's areas which I was pretty strong and I'm happy with, but the there's definitely areas to work on. So improvements can be made, and like I say, hopefully we can push them a little bit harder next year.
And finally, before we let you get back to your family and your team, what did you think of some of our obstacles in the Gusarica loop this year?
Completely unnecessary to end a week, but it's what it is. I don't think he's going to listen to it. We'll be doing it again next year.
I would definitely agree. Well, we'll let you get back to Roxy and the team. Thank you very much. The pure emotion going through his face is absolutely incredible. Back to you, Craig, to see how the other riders are doing.
So great result there from Billy in second place. I mean, that's an amazing achievement for the gold class of Red Bull Romaniacs. But for Billy, you know, Santi, you know, that's not what he was here for. Billy came to win. He wanted to take it to Manny, which he did. And just in the end, not quite doing it, but still an amazing result.
Yeah, Billy is hungry. He's really hungry for the win. And he really didn't make it easy for Manny this year. Like, it is just a small gap. And yeah, I hope to see an even tighter battle next year from these two.
I mean, I would maybe say something a little controversial, that, you know, Billy is a 5-time Super Enduro World Champion, absolutely super talent on the bike. But for me, Manny just has that whole package of the nutrition and the training. I think if Billy cut back a little bit more on the ice creams and the chips and hamburgers, he would be, you know, absolutely taking it to Manny for the fight.
It might make a big difference, but I guess
it is what it is. That's what he likes.
I guess we'll never know.
Maybe I should have a chat to him. As we see Marco Volkner here. Marco Volkner is just trying to pull his bike up on that vertical wall where we saw Manny flying up, and Mario just behind him. So Mario climbing up there. Great ride from Mario.
Great ride.
Clearing it nicely as Marco just tries to catch his breath before pulling his bike up.
It looks like it makes a really big difference if you manage to hit the jump really nicely and land proper to get all that drive to just shoot up that final piece.
Yes, as you're hitting the ground from the jump, just full throttle, clutch control, and give it everything you got with your weight as far forward as you can, pushing off the foot pegs. So Mario Roman coming up here. Mario has had a bit of a mixed race. He also would have come here for the win. He unfortunately was a little bit ill during the event, which cost him a huge amount of time. He came out absolutely charging on day 2, where he was leading the race, and then got a little bit ill. So it is unfortunate for Mario. Can't wait to see him back and take the fight to the rest of the guys. Mario Roman's over the finish line, and Mario will be third. Our third rider as he slides it sideways the speedway into the finish line. Well done, Mario. Awesome ride there in third place.
Yeah, what an incredible job done by the Spanish rider for Sherco.
And it was unfortunate that he lost his teammate yesterday from the race, Teo Kovachev, to an injury, and we really wish and hope that Teo is going to be okay. But as teammates, these guys were pushing each other on because they were so close and helping each other. As we're getting ready to go down to an interview with Jesse, as Mario just prepares himself, and having a teammate with you, being so close together, helps them push each other on. You know, they're giving each other words of encouragement, as well as keeping that pace high and trying to not let that elastic band snap between the Billy and Manny in front of them.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're ready for Jesse with Mario.
So I'm at the very last day, the Offroad Day 4 finish line with Mario Roman. Now, firstly, Mario, how are you? You haven't been well this week.
Still super sick.
Yeah? But still an incredible result you've got today. Are you pleased with it?
I was riding super good the whole day due to the circumstances. But in Wolf Next, I chose a stupid line in the rock. Billy passed me and I was 7 minutes stuck.
And can you tell us a little bit more about, like, in what way did you get stuck there?
I mean, when you are battling so hard, it's sometimes difficult, and always the second rider will take advantage because he can learn from the mistake of the rider in front. So yeah, Billy take advantage, and yeah, third place today and third overall is all what I can get this week. I have to be happy.
And some of the riders have been saying that this race gets harder and harder every year. Would you agree?
Yeah, especially the 1 and 2.
Yeah, absolutely. And are we going to see you back here next year, fighting for that top position?
We'll see. Always fighting to get that win.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. We'll let you get back to your team. It's an incredible ride today. Mario, bless him, has been really ill all week, so he's done absolutely amazing to come in still on that podium. But I know he's had a podium a few times, and he really was fighting for that top spot. Back to you, Craig, to see what the other riders are up to.
So Mario Roman in third place there. You know, we just cannot have control all the time over the circumstances and conditions, and if you get ill during the race, it's really unfortunate. As we see Graham Jarvis now. So great to have Graham Jarvis into the arena as we start to get a little bit filled up here in the arena with all the gold riders.
Michael Wagner.
So Graham just giving Michael Wagner the gap there to take that launch on the ski jump, maybe see what it's all about. There he's off his bike, he's going to check it out, see where which line he's going to want to take to get up this ski jump.
I mean, you can obviously see that it's steep, but the camera doesn't do it any justice again. It's the same thing over and over again. It is so steep you can't see it on the camera.
And you're already so drained, you know, you've had 4 days of racing. As we've heard from most of the riders in the interviews, that it's just been almost motocross styles racing from start to finish. These guys exerting themselves fully in the red zone every day, and after 4 days it can take its toll.
So now we can see Graham Jarvis. I think it's going to hit it for the first time.
Let's go, Graham.
Ooh, so just Graham, a little bit short.
I think if he just managed to get a little bit further, because he was planning to do what we saw Manuel Lettenbichler doing, just giving it another clutch and abrupt to get it up a little bit higher, where they can either pull him up or ghost ride his bike.
But now he will definitely notice for the second run, so let's hope he does better that time.
Absolutely incredible performance from Graham Jarvis this year. He will finish in 5th place when he crosses the finish line. Unbelievable achievement for a rider of 50 years of age.
I love seeing him here every year over and over again. It's just, it makes me feel old because I've seen him so many times.
No, it's a really amazing achievement. Personally, I would also like to maybe see Graham on the big bikes racing against Johnny and Paul Torres. I think that would be quite an interesting battle as well.
It probably would be interesting. I'm curious how he will do on the fast sections with the big bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see there it's
just needs to pick the bike up because the handlebar has dug into the ground, so the guys actually they cannot pull the bike up with the handlebars stuck in the ground. But Graham's like, come on guys, get her up. Graham absolutely spent, you know, he's rides all the time, but these obstacles and things that they need to get over at the Red Bull Romaniacs
are just
so difficult.
Yeah. Every time I see Graham on the track, he looks like he is destroyed, and I do not know how he manages, but he still rides perfectly. And what's really nice about him, he doesn't rev his bike like any other rider does. He is like, everybody says, the silent assassin. You cannot hear him come from the back, and he's just so technical and so precise. I mean, he's won it how many times?
7 times.
7 times.
7 times winner here, 5 times winner of Erzberg Rodeo, 6 times Red Bull City Sky, 5 times Hell's Gate and 4-time Roof of Africa. So he is the GOAT, the greatest of all time of extreme enduro.
Yes, sir. He makes the history.
He does, certainly. And, you know, a mentor as well for so many of the other riders. You know, we've seen a lot of the other professional gold riders that have sort of come through the field have, you know, sort of watched Graham from a young age and sort of learned from him, watched his techniques. Tero Kabachev, I may stand me to be corrected, but Tero Kabachev was in Graham Jarvis's sort of training schools that he has, but and now look, we see the performances that we have.
And also first time riding in the adventure class in Light. How was the experience so far?
Yeah, honestly, really cool. I really love the spirit of the race. Like, everyone's super happy and friendly and all having a good time. And the trails were really cool for the adventure bike as well. A nice mix of tricky and some open places. So yeah, all in all, a really good week and super happy to win on the Triumph Tiger. And yeah, I'll be back next year for sure.
Great news. What were the best challenges you faced?
Today was definitely a lot more technical and some more single track and a bit slippery in the woods, so it was super fun.
Thank you very much, Sam, and congratulations. You did a great job.
Thank you. See you next time.
Back to you guys.
Thank you, Diana. So let's check out Graham going up this second part of the LIVEmaniacs, I would say, into the forest.
Santi Sam Sunderland is a 2-time Dakar champion. They said on the liaison stages he was just something to behold, the way, the speed that of the man on the bike.
I think I would have been afraid to stand next to him and watch him go by, because these guys are so fast on just straights, just fast sections. It is unbelievable to see that.
And we've in previous editions also been fortunate enough to have Matthias Volkner, also Dakar champion, take part, and he competed on his Dakar bike, and also just the sections that flowed in between, the speed is unbelievable of these guys on the bigger bikes.
It is, and Matthias, he actually raced bronze, so besides going really, really fast, he has also got some technical stuff, some technical climbs, and it was really nice watching him. I actually managed to put my GoPro on and follow him for half an hour.
Oh wow.
I was spent. It was a mission to keep behind him on the straights. I was getting roasted, but then in the forest I could just manage to keep up with him.
So Graham Jarvis, he is almost in the finish here. We cannot wait to welcome the king into the finish of the 22nd edition of Red Bull Romaniacs. And Graham will likely finish in 5th place. As I mentioned earlier, an unbelievable achievement. Oh, so just not quite. So this is where we saw Marco Volkner struggling a little bit earlier, where Mario Roman made the pass on him. They're going to hook up a toe strap on there and get Graham out of there.
It looks like it's not getting easier. I think, or as I said before, more riders, it gets softer, it gets sandier, you lose traction, and it makes it more difficult.
Yeah, that's it's just so sandy, almost as slick as being in the mud. And if you can't get that drive, you're just not going to launch it up there. And there will be ruts developing from the riders, as they can see the tire digging, the ruts developing, which sort of doesn't give them as much drive.
It doesn't. But I mean, how steep is it there, Craig? Look at them. They kneel down when they turn around that bike.
It's an absolute war. I walked across there yesterday and had a look at it and couldn't believe what I was seeing. It's just a vertical wall that these guys are going up.
And you see, he's not the first guy getting stuck there, so already there are spots getting formed from them turning around their bike, trying to get the bike up just to that flatter spot. So
Graham Jarvis up now, and thanks to our team there that are pulling him up. I'm sure he's grateful because his age is not on his side.
So now again lining up for this final part. And up he goes. Easy work on that small little hill there. And it must be really tough for him as well. I mean, Graham's from England, so he doesn't really get that much heat as we do here in Romania. And especially today, it is, I don't know, I think 38 degrees I've seen somewhere.
Yeah, it's baking hot. So Graham Jarvis got one more downhill to conquer, and then the freestyle ramp before we can welcome him into the finish line. Trying to get a sight of Marco Volkner and see what happened to Marco Volkner, because he should be our 4th place overall in the overall after all 4 days. So it would be nice to welcome Marco in as well.
So I think I must correct you, Craig. Graham is just in his 2nd run. So he has this run and one more.
Oh my.
So you can see the gaps are getting bigger and the tracks are getting harder.
Yeah, you're right. So apologies for that. Graham Jarvis has got one more loop to conquer here at the Leatt LIVEmaniacs.
Glad to see so many people show up and watch this spectacular finish here at the Hillclimb, even though it is extra baking hot.
So Graham, let's hope that he can get some good drive from that little flat area to get up the ski jump, because that's definitely been one of the most difficult sections for these gold riders in the Leatt LIVEmaniacs.
Yeah, I agree. The ski jump is one of the most difficult ones because it is the most technical. It has everything in it. Off cambers, jumps, sand, ruts, everything.
Come on, Graham, you can do it. Oh, there you go. So he had much more drive and has got his bike up a bit further, which is great. Yes. And he looks a lot fresher than the previous lap too. So Graham going well here now on his last loop.
Nicely done, Graham.
Graham Jarvis is, as we said, 7 times winner of Red Bull Romaniacs.
So this year is Man's 6th year, so he have to win it next year to be as equal as the GOAT.
And there'll be riders like Billy Bolt and Mario Roman definitely trying to go for the wins as well. So it's not going to be easy for Manny Lettenbichler to equal this record of Graham Jarvis.
It will not be easy at all for him. The riders are getting so much more technical, such a big mental game, everybody. It's just, yeah.
And this year we're missing 2 of the top and some of the best gold riders. Wade Young with a shoulder injury, he couldn't make it to the event this year. It would have been great to watch Wade Young, as well as Tristan Hart. Wasn't able to make his way across. Tristan Hart riding unbelievably this year. He was going so well at Erzberg Rodeo a little bit earlier on in the year, and it would have been great to have Tristan here to take the fight to the top 3 boys.
Definitely, he would have made it way more interesting, or not way more, but he would have made it interesting for sure.
The last time Tristan Hart was here at Red Bull Romaniacs, he put on an absolutely incredible display, showing his skills on the big uphill sections. So Graham Jarvis is going to conquer the hill climb, not even pausing for a second. This is his last time.
Oh Oh,
master at
perfect,
work.
perfect.
Absolutely soaking up that jump. And I mean, I've watched in previous editions here where Graham has cleared this uphill hill climb when it was in full wet conditions. Absolute master.
I think there have been years where only he managed to get up it.
That's exactly right. He was the only one in the wet conditions that we had to clear this hill climb.
And that is a big thing here in Romania. Like the weather, it just it changes a lot. Wet makes it way more difficult or way more different. It is good for some riders because they're used to wet, but it's bad for some riders who are just used in dry. And as you could see here, like Graham, he rides really well in wet, but others ride well in dry.
Yeah, I would say that for riders like Graham Jarvis, and I would put him together with Mario Roman, those two, they want it as hard as difficult as the more difficult it is, the better for those two guys, and they definitely thrive in those kind of conditions.
It is a little bit controversial to want it to be way harder. It makes it harder for you as well, but that's just what they're good at, and that's what gives them advantage.
I'm curious what's happened to Marco Volkner.
I think I've seen him in the finish line. And now Graham jumping up there again, lining up for the second wall.
So this is this big wall here that Graham had to tow up. He's opted not to do it in one run. He's going to back it up and fire it up, click it up into second gear, full throttle. Here we go, Graham. Oh, just didn't make it.
Making it back up to that one step right there to that place, which is got dug out. I wonder why he's not trying and hit it in one go. Just getting a little bit of a help from the staff there. And you can also see it is a weird texture of the sand. Like his wheel is spinning but it's not digging, so that's like a hard layer of sand, which theoretically would give you drive if you manage to put weight on the rear wheel, but in this case it's just difficult.
And Graham Jarvis has such a calm, calculated riding style where he balances his throttle and finesse, and which stems from his trials roots. He is I think he battled a lot with Dougie Lampkin in the British series, and been on the podium many times. Graham Jarvis' strategy is like, go slow to go fast. He has a balanced approach to how he tackles the events.
Yeah, and it is really interesting to see a few riders which are coming from the trials background, and then seeing other riders who are not, and it's just a different kind of riding style, a different kind of talent, a different kind of technique, a different kind of mental game as well. And yeah, I would say that trials is a big plus for hard enduro. Oh.
Not sure who that is that's falling in front of him, but Graham Jarvis is now down in the finish arena. He is done. He has completed the Red Bull Romaniacs.
No, sorry to correct you again, but it's one more loop, his last loop.
So
I think you should be happy because we will get to see him again one final time on the hill climb. So it's a happy mistake, Craig.
I just cannot wait for my excitement's building for him to come into the finish line.
I feel you.
I just can't wait for him to come in.
I feel you, Craig.
It feels long for me. I can't imagine what it's like for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's there sweating, and we're just watching him. But we want him to finish as fast as possible for him and for us. So yes, Graham into his third and final round of the LIVEmaniacs here at the Gustoritsa Hillclimb at Red Bull Romaniacs 2025, the 22nd edition.
So I was wondering where Marco Volkner was on the course a little bit earlier, but he is finished. Marco Volkner is in the finish. So Marco Volkner is 4th overall, has taken 4th position here at Red Bull Romaniacs, the game changer.
So now we can see Graham again on this difficult section. Having to pivot it around just to be straight up so that he can also like profit from the use of the staff, because if the bike is not straight up, you can't pull it up with a rope or with anything else.
And just to give you, as we watch Graham being pulled up here, to give you some of the results of today's day 4 action. Manny Lettenbichler taking the win on day 4. Billy Bolt in 2nd place, 19 minutes and 25 seconds behind Manny. So Manny absolutely dominating today. In 3rd was Mario Roman, 20 minutes behind Manny. So really close battle there between Billy and Mario. And we heard Mario say that he lost around 7 minutes at one of the points. So he could have been 2nd. And then Marco Volkner in 4th place, 30 minutes behind Manny. Let's go down to the finish area where we have Mitch Brightmore.
So I'm here at the finish line, of course, and I've got with me Mitch Brightmore. Now, Mitch, how was this final day? Because I caught up with you a few days ago and it looked like it was taking its toll slightly. How have you settled into the race?
I've had a good week and I'm glad I'm at the finish. Yeah, it's so hot. I don't really know what to do in these conditions, but it's the same for everyone. I've had a good week. Bike's been unbelievable, not had one problem. You've probably seen on social media the crash that it did have, and it survived that. So the boys did good with the bike. I rode as hard as I could do, and I'm happy with wherever I finished up.
Amazing. And one more quick question before we let you go. What did you think of the obstacles in this final Gustoritsa section today?
It's so dry. You think it's grippy, but it's so slippery. The dust is like, it's just unbelievable. But like I say always, it's the same for everyone, and you just have to make do with what there is. And yeah, it was definitely a tough finish today, but I'm happy I'm at the finish.
Perfect. Thank you so much, and I'm sure I'll see you at the after party. Back to you, Craig, to see how everyone else is doing.
Yeah, so Mitch Brightmore, I mean, he's an incredible rider. He's only riding for 4 years, and as we speak, Jarvis's last hill climb. Let's go, making easy work of it again. Nice one, Jarvis.
So we unfortunately missed most of the action there from Mitch Brightmore, but he's had an incredible day today. He had a very difficult day 1 of this year's edition where he lost a lot of time, but day after day after that, he's been pushing as hard as he can to try and make that time back up and get closer to the top guys, where he has actually finished in 5th place overall. So Mitch Brightmore, absolutely great ride from him. We has overtaken Graham Jarvis here now for that 5th place. So Graham should finish in 6th.
Yeah, all in all, Mitch has done an awesome and incredible job riding out in the Romanian forest this year. It's just nice to watch him ride as well. He has such a nice style, and he knows how to ride so well in such a short time that he's been riding.
And we're missing his brother Ashton here as well due to an injury, which is unfortunate because Mitch and Ashton, you know, they have such similar riding styles. They're both excellent riders. They train together. They do everything together. They push each other. They make themselves and the sport better. And it's a shame not to have Ashton here this year.
It is. It really is a shame. It would have been really nice to see him growing whilst riding this year. So now Graham, last time on that quarter pipe, but still not trying that straight line.
Opting to back it up again and try and launch his bike up here.
I feel
Come
like
on, Graham,
it
you
is
can do
hard
it.
for him. But yeah, he can do it. Let's see this time getting up to the top. Full throttle, come on, Graham.
Standing on the pegs with both feet to get a good drive. So still not getting all the way, but definitely higher this time.
Oh, and there you can see Matt Green and Sonny Goja having a little bit of a break, it seems.
Yeah, so Matthew Green, he had fierce battles with Mitch Bartmore in the past when they were racing in the FIM Junior World Championship Series, where Matthew Green took overall championship win, and Mitch has definitely come on strong. Matthew Green unfortunately had some illnesses and sickness to deal with last year, which sort of broke his momentum a little bit, and Mitch just gaining with experience and racecraft at every event that he does.
Yes. So now Graham up that hill, last time going down and up that jump.
The champagne's waiting for Graham. The bubbly's waiting, come on.
Let's go, Graham. Nicely done.
riding.
On the final sprint to the finish.
So finally I can now say Graham Jarvis is in the arena. He is completed the 22nd edition of Red Bull Romaniacs.
Yes, yes he has. I wanted to ask you, do you think he's gonna jump or not?
I don't think so.
Well, no, you can see it here.
He's the master of those log sections.
And a wheelie for the crowd.
What
Very
a shot
well
there
done.
from Graham Jarvis. What a
Nice.
privilege it is to have a man of this caliber at the event.
And you can really see he's really, really happy. And he actually does look quite fresh.
He does, yeah. Well done. Absolutely great performance there from Graham Jarvis. Martin van Oudemet's there, welcoming Graham as well. Let's go down to Diana.
Graham Jarvis here with me. Just a short break. Graham, this year's edition is dedicated to you. We are very grateful that you have done so much for this sport. You just helped developing the whole industry, the whole hard enduro industry. How do you feel?
Yeah, it's great, dedicated to me, but you didn't need to make it so crazy. Yeah, every year crazier, downhills, uphills, but I'm just glad to get to the finish, really happy, and obviously tired with my age, the last day, but I got through it.
It's so good to see you smiling, because we all seen you a bit struggling these days, but always after the struggle you're arriving either at the finish or in the interview area and you're always smiling. So this is super cool. It's unexpected. You have obviously an age, but you're so tough and we are very grateful for everything.
Yeah.
How was today? How were the challenges today?
Yeah, you know, it was an easier track, but I was tired, but you know, the second day too, I was just, some points I was ready to give up. But luckily the energy came back. Everybody has their moments.
Well, we're happy you didn't give up. A lot of people are waiting for you for some autograph and photos, so I'll let you go.
See you next year.
So thank you, Diana, for this interview. And yeah, I think Graham's just being a little bit modest there. Like, he's saying that it's getting tougher and that he's just happy to be in a finish. But I mean, in 5th or 6th place, incredible. 50 years of age, Graham Jarvis does it again to the finish of Red Bull Romaniacs in the gold class.
So here we have it, Manuel Lettenbichler in first, Billy Boat second, Mario Roman third, Michel Wagner fourth, and Mitch Brightmore in fifth place at the 22nd edition here, the game changer Red Bull Romaniacs.
And looking at those times, the gaps were actually bigger than I expected. Half an hour. But you got to think about it, that is 4 race days, and then thinking about that, it's not so much time anymore.
And that Manny was on a charge this morning, because at the start of the day it was only 13 minutes between Manny Lettenbichler and Billy Bolt. So Manny Lettenbichler was on an absolute rampage this morning to clear the course, and has so mentally tough and strong to come in first position here.
Yeah.
So we'll watch the last, or some of the other gold riders of coming up the LIVEmaniacs, the Leatt LIVEmaniacs loops, as well as the riders of the other classes, all taking part here in this finish arena. We have the gold, silver, bronze, iron, atom, ultimates, you name it, Santi, we've got it.
Yes, sir. And then let's go to the finish area with Martin Freinademetz.
Yeah, I got the organizer here, the mastermind behind this awesome race. Martin, this has been a great event. It did not finish yet. What can you tell us so far about the race?
Yeah, I'm very satisfied. It worked out really well. We have been working a lot, and you know, the whole team has been giving all, working almost day and night. The track managers being out there in the dark to make sure that the signs are there, everything is well marked. All the rescue teams leaving at 3-4 o'clock in the morning. So everybody has done really a lot of work, and to make sure that competitors from over 60 nations on the world have a great race, a good experience racing the Carpathian Mountains. This year with 9 classes, it was a lot of work. It was amazing to see the big bikes. So yeah, I'm very happy, very satisfied. I'm really looking forward to the after party.
Thank you, Martin. We have a lot of hidden heroes at Romaniacs. We have so many departments. Can you tell us quick how many people are working for Romaniacs during the race?
Yeah, it's over 600 people working. So the amount of racers matches the amount of people that are working.
Martin, thank you very much, and congratulations for this awesome race.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thanks everybody for coming. All the riders for racing is great, and looking forward to see you in 2026. Yeah.
Thank you. Back to you guys.
So Martin Freinademetz came from a snowboarding background. He's a snowboarding world champion, and was riding enduro bikes when he was snowboarding as well. It was sort of what he used as his training, Santi.
Yeah, I mean, I think I can tell you some intel, seeing that he's my father.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's been riding hard enduro in Austria when he was young as a passion on the side of snowboarding.
Yeah.
So that was just kind of his summer activity. But yeah, he was training a lot in snowboarding, and he was 2-time world champion there.
Where all the other snowboarders were into their own training regimes and what they were doing.
He was riding
his enduro bike, you know.
Yeah.
And I think for a lot of the riders of all the classes, and especially the gold, why they feared the downhill so much was because Martin was always, the downhills was where he was fast, you know.
Yeah, because
so
that's what he was doing.
To him, it kind of looked like nothing.
He was always going downhill. That was his, just where he was going, downhill.
And we're so fortunate that he created this event, which has become certainly an icon, one of the events that, as an enduro rider, you definitely want to come and take part and compete in, because it's such a challenge to get through this, and everybody who's in the finish line is a champion.
Yeah,
to have overcome what they've had to take over on in the last 4 days.
Looking down here to the finish line, everybody's smiling, everybody's happy, just because they've done so much work out on the tracks, riding so many.
So if you ride a dirt bike and you haven't been here to Red Bull Romaniacs, you should try and get here, mark it on your calendar, do what you can, because it's an absolute must for enduro enthusiasts.
And yeah, as Martin said, we have 9 classes this year, so there must be a class for you there as well. So you should definitely come and check it out.
Just the atmosphere around here, you know, it's incredible. And as we get ready to see our podium presentations of the gold class riders, everybody down here, so fortunate and excited to see their heroes conquering these areas and to see the emotions on their faces as they have completed the Red Bull Romaniacs.
Yeah, it's definitely a unique thing to see all these professional riders, the best riders in the world, being here in Romania and just being happy to have finished this hard enduro race.
So let's go down to the finish line where we have our podium presentations with our winners of the gold class. So here we have our guys. Lettenbichler is our champion, Billy Bolton second, and Mario Roman in third place. As they get ready to pop that bubbly. So there we go, guys. Brilliant results from our champions here in the gold class.
Congrats. You can definitely see that it's not the first time they had champagne in their hands.
Yeah.
Well done, guys. Well done.
Well done. Awesome job. A very close fight that we had this year. Manny didn't have it his own way. He definitely had to work for it. But let's go down to Diana and Jesse for some final words down at the
guys,
finish.
thank you very much for joining us, for following us for these 5 awesome race days. Thank you very much. Also from Jesse's side. Jesse, any other words?
Covered in champagne, it's time for us to say thank you and goodbye from the finish line. But we'll see you next year.
See you next year. Bye.